What are you up to, Bert?
Right, so after a long night last night, and it being very cold, got up this morning, I thought it was okay, but as the sun's coming up, the body temperature's just not sorting itself out. I'm feeling quite cold. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and do some exercises, try and pump the circulation around my body to try and, warm up my blood, warm up my body, because otherwise it's not looking good. Could be the early signs of hypothermia. Touch wood, it's not.
Yeah, you have been kind of cold. Right now I'm pretty warm, personally. Well, I'm at a decent temperature, that's fine. Obviously I'm naked, decent temperature. But obviously you're kind of finding it quite difficult.
Yeah. So I'm just going to do some exercises.
Yeah.
I'm feeling quite cold now, to be fair.
Yeah. Want to jump on?
Just with that little bit of wind. So I'm feeling quite a lot of problems with
Be careful about the calories you're using.
Yeah. So I've got
you could alternatively potentially just stand out in the sun. Does that help?
No.
No.
No, because I've just tried that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You sure you don't want to like save the calories for doing something like actively to help survival?
I'm just going to do a few jumping jacks. A little bit, not stuff that
Okay.
takes up too much calories.
Yeah. Are you finding it?
Yeah, starting to feel a little bit better. Starting to try and warm up my body. Just do that once again.
Do you want to go get some water from the river? Might as well get moving.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That should be me alright.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you want to go get some water, give me all your cameras and audio recorders and I'll change all the SDs.
Yeah. Do you want the lavalier as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, right.
Sweet.
Still just feeling very cold, man. Very cold.
Yeah?
Yeah, right.
How cold do you feel?
Not freezing, but not normal, yeah? So like, as if my body temperature is slightly colder.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong, man.
How would you describe your temperature as? At the moment I'm warm.
I'm cold.
You're literally cold?
Yeah.
That's quite weird.
Like my shoulder can be warm, yeah? But
Yeah.
the inside of my body is cold.
That could be a big problem, by the way. Are you in the hurt locker?
I don't know, man. I sort my temperature out, I'll be alright, but I'm just finding it very hard to. Every time there's a little gust of wind, I can feel it. Sends chills through my body.
What will you do if this doesn't kind of fix itself? Because if you're cold during the day.
If I'm cold during the day, I can't stay out here at night. There's not a chance in hell. You know.
Could be something wrong with, I don't know. Could be anything. Could be a virus. Who knows? But something could be wrong.
Would have to go, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel now compared to? Wait, can we just keep it recording? That was one. Like, how do you feel now compared to before the jumping jacks?
I thought I felt alright, but I still feel like I can still feel proper chill in me.
Yeah. It's probably for the time on the camera, it's about like 1:30. So we're really entering into the warmest part of the day. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. It's just cold, man. I'm gonna go down and try and get some water, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully that might sort myself out. I don't know.
How cold is it? Like a bad cold, like?
Now let's say 5 was normal. Like let's say it's like 10. Like 0, 1's freezing. Yeah.
Yeah.
10's your absolute sweltering. 5's yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm about like 3.5, man.
That's not too good.
I'm gonna go get some water, man.
Yeah.
Pop the recording, man.
See if it makes you, see if you feel different. So, how you been finding, I know like a few days ago, you're having doubts, especially when you're having doubts when it was raining. And we're in our shelter, that's one of the hardest points, I think. Each time when it's like at night, cold, wet, that's when I think it's the toughest. You're having doubts about how long, like the longevity you could really be doing this for.
Yeah.
How's that? Tell me how you felt then.
Then I felt really down, man.
Yeah.
Because it just felt like the rain was never ending.
Yeah. It's one of the longest rains we've had.
Yeah. Cold. Lack of food.
Yeah.
But I always feel down at night, and I always wake up in the morning with quite with a positive attitude about the day.
Yeah.
And I always think that the minute it starts to affect the day and the minute I start to wake up feeling down,
Yeah.
that's when I've got to question the whole situation.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I think
But we've come quite far already, I think.
we've come far. We've come very far. The rain's the hardest part, but as you said, it's kind of like it's kind of like having purposeful short-term memory or resilience in a sense that, the days aren't too bad. We're hungry, very low energy. It can be hot. It can hurt. But if you get through the day, you get into the night, it starts raining. That's mostly our lowest point, because that's when it's absolutely miserable. It is cold. You can easily get hypothermia out here.
Yeah.
But as we know, once it starts raining and we're in our shelter, we can't exactly leave. Yeah. We've got no choice but to kind of weather the storm, essentially, which is kind of good, because it means that we can't, when the challenge is at its hardest, or one of its hardest, we can't quit, because there's no option to. There's no support team to help us out. There's no hotel 5 yards away. We're out in the middle of nowhere. It will take about 2 days to trek out, realistically. So, when it's at its hardest, we've got no choice but to carry on. And then once it gets to the morning time, then it's a bit better, because it's not raining normally. And that means, we keep on going. You just have to have that short-term memory, kind of a cognitive dissonance, where it's going to be hard, but as long as you get to the night, then you've got no choice but to stay the night. And the day's not too bad, and then the night comes again, but you've got no choice but to stay the night, because once it starts raining, you can't move. So I guess that kind of helps in our advantage. But yeah, it's definitely, the night is one of the toughest things. What do you think?
Yeah, man. It's, the lack of constant sleep, the always being cold. It is so, from one end of the spectrum to the other, throughout the day you're hot.
Oh yeah.
And then at night you're so cold at some points, so cold. And, it's...
You're shivering as well, we shiver at night because of the rain, will drop your body temperature down so quickly. And also you can't sleep when you're getting dripped on. You get taps of water in your head. Tap, tap, drop, and it's absolute torture. And you can't sleep whilst it's raining on you. Your body just won't let you sleep. Maybe also down to the fact that it's often better not to sleep when you could be getting close to hypothermia, just because that it will lower your metabolic rate when you go to sleep, and that's the last thing you want, a low metabolic rate when you're getting very cold. So it kind of helps, but we also want to avoid shivering at the same time, because that burns more calories, I think, in a quarter of an hour than more than half hour or 40 minutes of exercise. Those facts might not be completely correct, I heard it somewhere, but yeah, it's definitely a struggle. So
it keeps coming back.
That's right, it's wasps everywhere, flies everywhere. How are you finding all the bites?
The bites I've now got used to, I think. It's just become a way of life out here now.
Yeah.
It's, you wake up in the morning and you're a little bit scratchy from the night before. At the beginning, really annoying.
Yeah.
But you kind of just get used to them. Once part of your body's been bitten, it's a little bit less sensitive, I think.
Yeah.
The next time it gets bitten.
Exactly.
Because now we're on to the stage where the first bites have sort of disappeared.
Yeah.
We're now on to the
new
sort
bites
of second wave of bites, and they're not as sort of sensitive.
Yeah. So if you look there, that is some bites which are scratching way too hard, and it's bled out, it's got dirt all over it, but obviously that's just a super surface wound, so that's not, I don't have any care about that, to be honest, because it's really at the skin surface, I think it might be called the upper dermal layer, I don't know, maybe trying to show off with some medical knowledge. It's the
true fact, that
upper dermal, the dermis, the old Latin words for skin. But yeah, it's easy, the bite to get used to, and I feel like the more you get bitten, after a while the bugs start to leave you alone. I feel like all the ants know who we are now, and they know that we're not really food at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I guess it must take a certain amount out of them to bite each time. So I feel like they're starting to leave us alone, but we still do get bitten. And we still are just as itchy as we were, but we do just get used to it. I feel like, you know, it just don't affect us. Bites don't affect us as much as they did before.
Yeah.
Because like we are just used to it now completely.
For me, the thing that's affected me the most is the energy. It's
yeah.
total lack of, you know, like you wake up in the morning with whatever energy you think you have recovered with. You do like your first task, like something real simple, like going down and getting some water or doing something like that. Yeah. And you're shattered, you know.
It takes out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, like, and you know, you're constantly having to sit down, break. Like last night I had a little bit of trouble with my breathing. I couldn't seem to get my breathing sort of under control perfectly. You know, no matter, the nights are proper uncomfortable. Yeah. So you're never gonna get
a great night's sleep.
A great night's sleep to recover. The lack of food, you know. I spend most of my time thinking about what I would like to eat. You know, we've had these conversations many a times, but you know, it's about in my head setting little milestones, like get to tomorrow, and then we're halfway through. Yeah. You know, and then we've only got 10 days sort of left. 10, 11 days. Yeah. 10 days, 11 nights really left. And then, you know, from there you can sort of count down to single figures, and once you're in single figures, man, you know, it will motivate me and boost my morale big
single
time.
Figures, definitely. I know exactly, the whole low energy is tough, and you wake up and you're like, for the first 10 minutes you're like, this ain't too bad, but once you start actually moving, then you're like, okay. Because like, essentially, you know, our bodies still have energy. Basically, generally, our bodies will get energy from a mixture of your fat deposits and the food that you take in that day. But now, obviously, we're down to our fat and our muscle deposits. We've been down to that for a long, long time. We haven't really eaten much at all.
And I've got more fat deposits.
Exactly. Have a bit more energy, man. Give me some energy, man.
I'll give you some fat.
Tear me off a slice. Tear me off a slice, man.
What would you like? A little bit
Man of ribs, man. Man of ribs. I'm liking that, man. I'm liking that.
Let me have a look there.
Yeah.
Buttocks, I've got quite a bit of.
I'm good, man. You can keep your Kim Kardashian there, man.
Man, that's what I'm hoping for, man. Yeah. That's why I secretly go in the woods, do a little bit of squats every day.
Big badonkadonk, yeah.
Yeah, man. Don't touch that.
Oh, I remember that watch. That was so good. I keep hearing that song in my head. But yeah, like, one of the issues with the low energy as well, along with the food, is that nothing's healing. My knee, which I injured on the first night, like, I can walk on it, but if I move it like that, it hurts. I can't move it this way.
Yeah.
It still hurts. Obviously, the cut on my hand isn't healing like it should. The cut on my foot isn't healing any good because we're lacking vitamins. We're lacking calories to have the energy to do anything. Being able to heal it.
Calcium for your bones.
Exactly. Like everything we are lacking at the moment. We haven't bought any vitamin tablets or anything like that. We've come in with zero food. The only thing that's helped us is obviously the medical kit to help clean stuff, but we haven't had anything at all. No food, no water's been brought in. Just the water from the stream.
And I'd say this about you: you've been a proper trooper.
Yeah.
Like, most people would have bowed out by now.
Would have quit at the moment the hand happened. Most people would have quit.
But I am a little bit worried that you're one injury away from being.
Yeah.
Not that you'd want to go, but even if you're here, you're almost one injury away from just being a burden.
Yeah.
And you know, because you can't go in water.
I went in water yesterday, and I got to the river.
But I mean, like now that you've opened up your hand, you can't.
Yeah, I've already gone in water today. I want to let it heal.
If your foot gets any worse, you can't really walk.
No, I can walk.
I'm just saying that if one more injury, one more sort of big injury, and you're actually most probably a little bit more of a hindrance.
I'm not a hindrance at all, James. That's ridiculous.
No.
How can you say that? How can you say that?
I'm not saying you're a hindrance now.
Yeah.
That's not what I was saying. I was saying if you got one more injury, yeah.
If I got a major injury, because I can walk on this foot fine, I can
that's what I was
use
saying,
my
I
knee
was
fine.
trying-
It just hurts.
I'm saying
Like hurt is different to having some kind of temporary disability.
I think you're taking it in the wrong way.
I don't know.
I'm saying that you've done. I like what you've done so far.
Yeah.
You've done really well, because a lot of people would have been a hindrance at
Yeah.
that moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say, if you get one more injury like your hand,
Yeah.
your foot gets majorly infected,
Yeah.
that's when we've got to think twice about things.
Yeah. So
I
like
don't think we could.
small
we
injuries
could
are
carry
fine.
on.
I can't really have any more big injuries, like a hand situation, but hopefully shouldn't happen. But you know, that's what it is. But at the end of the day, you know, pain is only temporary.
Pain no gain.
Failure is forever. You know,
It is.
accept the pain now, and you know, have that, because you know, one of the main driving forces of being out here with these injuries is the fear of failure. Like, do I want to fail? No. So you have to put up with it. I have to accept that, you know, there's a kind of a balance between risk and recklessness. Obviously, there's risk coming into this jungle or rainforest, and then there's obviously recklessness with my cut with my hand, in terms of like, not how it happened necessarily, but like more about how staying out here. You know, in any doctor's advice, I should have gone home. I should never come back out, and that's obviously reckless. But at the moment, it's still just about fine. It's not gone into full-on danger mode.
Yeah.
I don't think, but it's very much treading the
cusp.
line. It's on the cusp of danger. Like, it's reckless, but it's not like, because obviously we know what's happening.
Yeah.
But like, it's not at a point where it's like clear danger to my hand permanently in any sense.
So we had a conversation yesterday saying that the only thing that might make you bow out early is the hand.
Yeah, the hand is the
Have
only
you
thing.
woken up today feeling a little bit differently from what you were saying yesterday?
I don't know, we can have a look. I'll put a plaster on it, because instead of having a whole bandage, I feel like the bandage and that surgical glove, the bandage and the surgical glove were just like keeping it moist, which is a big mistake. Let's just take this off. So as you can see, that's what it looks like at the moment. Doesn't look too good. We have to kind of take it as we go. The doctors said that, let's say if I was in a normal environment, in like a city or just a town or anywhere that wasn't outside in the wild, yeah, it would take 10 days until you can take the stitches out. So that means 10 days, and it should be completely healed, essentially.
Yeah.
It'll be completely closed up, completely healed. 10 days. It's been eight days now since the stitches were put in. Because I did originally have the glue stitches, but they went out by the next day. That had split apart. So then obviously the next day they put in these stitches. And then, yeah, it's been 8 days, and they say within 10 days you should be able to take the stitches out. As you can see, it's nowhere near ready.
No.
It might as well be the day after the injury. That's how bad it looks. I don't know, what's your thoughts on this situation on my hand?
Having seen it now, I think it's not looking great. You can still see the wound big time.
Yeah.
Now that the super glue's gone. But I know you as a character. As you were saying yesterday, if that was me, you would have told me to. You would have got me out of here.
Oh, definitely. I would
Yeah.
definitely take you pretty much straight out of here if that was your hand.
But
It's kind of different when it's your own hand. You kind of have that.
and I've tried to tell you that I think it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
But in a way, you're your own person, and you're not really.
Yeah.
Do I need to be a little bit more assertive with you? I've tried.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what else I can do to try
Yeah.
and convince you to say, you know, your hand's not looking great, Dan.
Yeah.
But you know, you've always been a determined individual.
Yeah.
So for me to try and convince you otherwise, there will be a time when it will just snap, and you'll be like, right, it's time to go.
Yeah. If this hasn't, let's say this hasn't healed in, like, remember what we said last night. If this hasn't healed in 4 days' time, if it hasn't seen progress in 4 days' time, what's your thoughts and what would you do?
I would go.
Yeah.
My personal thoughts, I would go now, but if you can get to 4 days time, you know, and it hasn't healed,
Yeah.
I would leave at that point. You know, try and get home most probably, to try and get the best medical advice we can get.
Yeah.
And for it to be in an environment that your body is naturally used to.
Yeah.
To then get it to recover, and then you've got a bit of time before you obviously need to go back to work and stuff like that. And for your body to take in calories, take in nutrients, vitamins, to then recover, man. Because at the moment,
it's the nutrients,
your body,
vitamins, isn't it?
Your body, as tough as it may be, is very fragile.
Exactly. It's at its weakest. It's going to be at its weakest it's ever been. Other than, let's say, when you're sick.
Yeah.
Because that's obviously when it's super weak. But it's at its weakest it's ever been.
Yeah. Because, you know,
I've seen a lot of days without food.
Your body's not recovering from it. Like your foot.
Yeah.
Back home, it would be such a minor injury.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to go to the doctors about that. You wouldn't have to do anything. You'd cover it up in a sock, plaster. You'd be all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because we're out here, it looks like it's got the potential that it could be the start of something
bad. Yeah. Exactly.
You know?
Get infected. It's like, at the end of the day, the foot is what is hitting the dirt the most.
Yeah.
It's hitting the dirt and the moisture the most, because it's your foot at the end of the day. Bottom of your foot, it's always going to have the worst.
Pounding.
Yeah.
Against rocks, like, you know, when we were down in the stream yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
obviously on the way out sometimes. Yeah.
So for your foot, mate, I'd want to give your foot a few more days to recover before we even tackle that road out of it.
Yeah.
So you know my plan. It is to see it out until Saturday.
Yeah.
Which gives you the 4 days, which gives you longer than the 10 days.
Yeah.
That you should have had your stitches in.
Yeah.
If at that point it's still bad, I think we should pull the plug.
Potentially pull the plug. This is like definitely.
Be stupid to stay out there.
Yeah. Because I think things like hunger, you know what's going on, but things like this, we don't know what's going on under the surface. You know, there's known knowns, and there's unknown knowns.
Yeah.
And essentially, you know, we're not medics, we're not doctors in any sense of the word. We don't have any support team with us to give us advice. Like, I don't know what that's meant to be. When I smell it, it doesn't smell good at all. It smells bad. Like, if I was to say anything, I've never smelt it in my life before, but I'd imagine it's not far off, like, rotting flesh.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it's not far off that. I've never smelt it, or decaying.
That's what I thought yesterday.
If you want to give it a smell,
I smelled it yesterday.
Give it a smell. It smells like rotting flesh, if anything. Like, I've never smelt it, but, you know, it's not good. But, you know, that's the thing. We don't have anyone to kind of tell us, you know. I don't know the consequences of being out here longer. I can still move my hands, but, like, my kind of like appendages, my fingers. But, you know, I don't know. I don't have the knowledge to know what risks are involved by staying out here longer, and then going home in like whatever amount of days, or leaving now. What's the difference from then and now? Because we don't have that kind of medical advice. We don't have that knowledge. There's no way to know. We don't have any internet connection to use a bit of Google or some Yahoo answers. We don't have anything like that at all. So it's just like, it's a massive unknown. But this is like. Sweet. So yeah, you know, like the lack of energy, lack of hunger. When I stand up, sometimes I feel myself, my vision kind of going, comes almost like blacking out. Everything goes like real kind of not blurry, but it's different to blurry. It's like real, like shaky.
You know, like when you the old school TVs.
It's like, don't really pulsate. Don't like with something like pulsates. It's like a wave, like ripples, like a wave.
Yeah, you know, like when you
vision.
Do you know the old school TVs when the aerial wasn't working in it?
Yeah.
That's like what mine goes like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible. Like I feel like dreams are one of the best things. Because the thing is, like, we talk about our dreams, like, in terms of, let's say, you know, what we dreamt about during the night. Because, like, we don't have TV to talk about. In terms of, like, we don't have TV. Like, we don't have any kind of fictional things to, like, have to enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's our kind of escapism out of this world, essentially. Just because, like, we can't really watch Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones, can we?
No.
Yeah.
But we are living our own sort of drama, in a sense.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And each day throws up a new challenge, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whereas yesterday, I think, was one of the best days we've had here.
We had a massive triumph by getting to the river.
And then we think it didn't rain. It might have rained.
Yeah, we got a night without rain somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe it might have rained a bit, but not enough to affect us. And it was such a nice sleep. It was obviously like I was waking up all the time, because at the end of the day, it's not like you're in a nice double bed, but we got each other. And I accidentally tried to get up, and I had my elbow into your arm. I heard you say something, but I thought you were just saying like, "Why are you getting up?" something like that. And I got up even harder so I put more weight onto it, and he's like, "Ow," and that kind of thing. So I thought my elbow was into the floor.
It just shows how close, how tight it is.
It's
inside
very
that
tight
shelter.
inside there, yeah. Yeah, it's terribly tight, but you know what? You get used to it. It feels, the first few nights, it felt smaller than it is now.
Yeah, we got used to it.
I don't know about you.
System,
we get used. We've got a system of turning around.
And we're getting smaller.
Yeah, and we're getting skinnier, which helps.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe we should not try to find any food. And then we can just spend some time, maybe do some aerobics, do some calisthenics.
Might as well go run a marathon, mate.
Let's do a marathon and lose a bit more weight, get more space in there. But it feels like, you know, sometimes the rooms that cage you in, they feel a lot bigger after a while, because you get used to it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's a good thing none of us suffer from claustrophobia.
Oh yeah, that'd be quite bad. But yeah, like one of my a great dream I had last night. I was I'm on lunch break at work. Went into Greg's. It is one of my favourite places because they do nice warm sausage rolls. Absolutely
sometimes too
love
warm.
them. It's so nice. And
sometimes they just burn your mouth.
Yeah, I made 2 separate orders there in one sitting. I wanted more. I had a Tottenham cake. Tottenham cake, yeah.
Tottenham.
I don't know why it's called. It's just a type of icing, I think. But I was just.
It wasn't actually Tottenham Football Club.
No, it wasn't that Tottenham. It wasn't branded Tottenham. It was just just the name of the place. And it's one I don't normally eat cakes, but you know, I guess I just come back from the rainforest. So I thought I'd buy that. Bought a steak bake, as per usual. When it's nice and hot, the gravy just comes into your mouth And I bought a bunch of sausage rolls as well. Order in total came to £36 something.
Yeah.
It was such a good dream. I was with
Did you eat it all?
mates. No, I didn't eat it all. I ate the Tottenham cake. Bit disappointed. Not gonna lie. And then I think I went into the steak bake, and then I had a tuna bake, which cost £19.99.
Good
which
tuna.
Explains why it cost so much, and it wasn't even that nice.
Shame. Greg's might now make a tuna bake.
Yeah. Just imagine that tuna bake. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't worth £19.99.
If Greg's now make a tuna bake,
yeah.
they heard the idea here
From
first,
here.
man. You know.
Call it the Ofili bake.
Slash James bake.
Yeah. Trying to get into my idea.
I was here, man.
Trying to Mark Zuckerberg me out of my tuna bake.
Oh, man.
This ain't the social network.
Man, you're that Eduardo guy.
Yeah, Eduardo Saverin. He
Yeah,
still made a lot of money from it. He still got at least $1 billion.
Yeah, mate, but you know,
He could have got more.
no one remembers the guy that gets done out or something.
His name's not on the headquarters of Facebook.
Nah.
Nah.
But you know, Mark Zuckerberg, bit of a boring guy by the looks of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I remember I was eating the food. I was eating some workmates from work. I think Jamie was there, even though he's left a long time ago. Alex was there and a few other people there, maybe, I can't really remember. And I woke up. I was like, oh no, I'd already had like, because I bought about six items. The sausage rolls is like 4 to an item as well, so there's loads there. I was like, oh no, I just woke up and I've only had the Tottenham cake, the Tottenham slice or Tottenham cake and the tuna bake. I was like, oh no, better get back to sleep and dream about it again so I can eat it again, please. I've got so much food in my dream still, and I just wanted it. I was trying to get back to sleep and try to like get that dream back. I remember when I was a kid, I could get back into a dream so easy. I could wake out of it and I could get back in. But I wanted to get back into it just because I'd left so much nice pastry, like meat wrapped in pastry in my dream. Yeah. And I just wanted to cling to it. I wanted to just go get it back. I didn't get it back.
What do you reckon happened to the bakes and
I
stuff
think the pigeons got at it.
Oh mate.
The pigeon. I reckon if I went back to it tonight, the pigeons will be at it, and I'll be like, no, I want enough money for another Greg's.
Another £30 order.
Yeah.
But no, cool.
How's like your dreams been?
Been alright, man.
The clean ones.
Pardon?
The clean ones, yeah.
Well, no, they never clean. Yeah, but no, they've been alright. Like, you'd never really get enough sleep to have like really long dreams anyway.
Nah, they're very
but the
short.
thing is, you remember it more out here, I think.
You do.
And when you're back home, you never really remember your dreams, but you wake up every morning. I can pretty much remember every dream that I've had.
Yeah, I do find that when I was in Sahara Desert, I either dreamt more, or I remembered my dreams more. Because obviously when you're by yourself, when you only need that many people, and you kind of not having as much social interaction as you would normally, I think your mind definitely makes you dream, because it needs a kind of escapism, that interaction, that kind of, that kind of pleasure maybe, I don't know. But yeah, definitely. Stuff like, what kind of foods do you kind of have cravings for? Like, what could, like, you get out of here, you get home, what are you eating?
Nando's.
Nando's, straight away.
Straight up Nando's.
Come on.
Straight up Nando's.
Come on, are you trying to get like a Nando's endorsement?
You're
trying to get a Nando's endorsement?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to Nando's.
Yeah. Shout out to Greg's. If you want to sponsor me, I'm happy to be paid in sausage rolls.
Yep.
Warm.
I also make burrito and nachos, two of my favourite foods.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Get home, have a burrito.
Yeah.
And some nachos.
Oh, I'm pumped for that. But I just want Greg's. I don't have to cook. I don't have to cook any food. I want Tim's cooking.
Yep.
Shout out to Tim and Butcher.
Tim Butcher, shout out.
Yeah. Yeah, I want food which I don't have to cook.
I must probably come around for a bit of Tim's cooking as
well.
well.
Tim's cooking is some of the best cooking I've ever had.
Cheers, Tim.
It's like maybe like 3 days a week, something like that. Maybe every other day, pretty much. Maybe 4 days a week sometimes. And it is just delicious. It's just so good for you, so warm. It's like mum's cooking kind of thing.
I'd love a beer as well.
The
The thing I'm missing most, man, is what the fuck's going on in the football, man?
Yeah.
The football. Like, where is Southampton, man? Have they lost games? Or did they beat Inter Milan?
Yeah, don't worry, man. Don't worry about that. They've lost games, man.
Yeah, man.
Don't be concerned about that.
We know what's happening. Have they climbed the table more? You know, how we doing in Europa? Man wants to know that.
Yeah.
Back when I'm at home, the first thing I do every morning, before I even get out of bed, check football news.
Oh yeah.
It's routine. I go on, check Southampton football news.
Yeah.
If they're doing well, fantastic. Like, if there's something news story, not normally a lot of news around Southampton. It normally is focusing on Man United, Man City. But I've missed maybe coming into maybe 3 games.
Yeah.
By the time we come out of it, I might have missed a few more. I want to know, man.
Exactly. And
the first thing I do when I get out of it, before I eat,
I think I know. Continue.
Is to check Southampton's.
Oh, I thought he was going to say find out the election results in the USA.
Oh yeah, that's today. That's today.
Oh yeah.
That is today.
Is it going to be
big up.
Hail leader Trump?
Yeah, man. 8th of November, isn't it?
Yeah.
So today, big day in America. So shout out to all Americans. Make sure you make the right choice.
Yeah.
I know what I would do.
Yeah. Trump all the way. Trump all the
No,
way.
no Trump, no Trump. You know, but
Yeah.
make sure they make the right choice for their country. We thought we did, but then we got that wrong.
Yeah.
So, you know, now we're facing Brexit, which is a bit
Oh
shit.
yeah, it's not too good.
But yeah, that's the end of the politics talk. Cause
one thing as well, if like in Call of Duty, you can airdrop packages. So you could airdrop something from a supermarket.
Yep.
And it's like, it can only be like no bigger than like that big or whatever.
Yeah.
What would you airdrop down?
How big? So like a size of a sandwich.
That big.
That big?
Yeah.
Don't
know what I'd do.
What?
I think I'd have to go for...
Greg sausage roll.
No man, let's get like a whole massive chicken, bro. Get a heated chicken.
That's the size you pointed out there.
Yeah.
Chicken too big, mate.
Mate, condense it, mate. Condense it.
I'd have to go for... Don't know. Chicken does sound good, but nah, I'm thinking sandwich, just like a sandwich.
It's a sandwich, is that it?
Yeah.
Whatever I have,
like
it'd have to be-
Sainsbury's ham, hock and cheese, man.
Is
Tastes
that
the
it?
difference.
That's nice, but
That is
I'd have to have something juicy, man. Juicy and warm. Like, I'd have something like a dessert.
Dessert.
Oh, like like you said the other day, Mississippi mud pie. That would do wonders for me.
Or I'd get something that could then potentially, you know, that if all you needed was water, that you get multiple of.
Oh yeah. No.
So man just gets 10-pack of noodles.
Fried food. Oh man, noodles. I would just love a nice warm meal, just like never ending noodles, bro. I would just destroy that. So good. But one thing I'm not missing out here.
Like, we saw Malaysia, they had noodles for breakfast. I'd eat noodles for breakfast now, man. I thought that was weird, but now I'd eat that.
Exactly, I can't wait to get that stomach filled up. But you know, the thing is, you know, as much as I can't wait to be out of here, and like be back to see my friends.
No, cheers, bro.
Okay, so once I get out of here, as much as I want to go back to see my real friends.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, like as much as I want to do that and like get nice food and all that kind of stuff, just like plowing to food. I don't want to leave, obviously, because you know this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, really.
Yeah.
How many people can say that they've done this without the aid of a TV production or without the aid of some outside influence? Just us on our own.
Yeah, man.
Not a lot of people can say that. But like, one thing I'm not missing is internet.
You're not missing internet?
I don't miss the internet.
I don't miss my phone as much as I thought I would, either.
I don't miss the internet at all.
That's only because I go on like 4 websites.
Name them. I can name them, okay. Daily Mail.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed.
No, not BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed.
No, Daily Mail, BBC.
BBC Sport.
Yeah.
BBC, yeah.
Sometimes go on Daily Echo so I can check Southampton news. And then, you know, that's about it. Bit of porn. No. Who doesn't?
Guys, edit that out. Edit that out. Edit that out. Okay, so.
Yeah. Apart from that.
Hey, hashtag. Hey, keep that in. Keep it in. Keep in the footage.
The only thing I didn't say is what porn site I went on.
Yeah.
Twitter,
you just don't care about the porn site endorsements.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of money in porn site endorsements, is there?
No.
Nah.
But shout out Nando's again.
Yeah, Greg's again all the way.
Milano's Nafil as well.
Oh yeah.
Nah. And anyone else that wants an endorsement, just let me know, man. I can edit it back into the video.
Yeah. If it's like a Band-Aid company, like plasters that wants to endorse me.
Band-Aid?
Endorse me.
No,
No, but Band-Aid's the American word, isn't it? I'm thinking global. I'm thinking like across like, the pond, man.
Not going niche.
I'm not thinking small.
Like it's in your tattoo.
I'm not thinking small, man. I'm thinking big. I want to smash the American market with this endorsement of my plasters and Band-Aids.
Yeah, man. Maybe we come up with a new survival plaster.
Yeah.
That, no matter where you are in the world, will make sure your cuts heal.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like Life Gel. Remember Life Gel?
No.
Remember Life Gel?
No, what's that?
At uni.
No.
So Life Gel is just like, imagine like a toothpaste kind of thing, like for a container.
Yeah.
Like squeeze it out. But instead of toothpaste, it's Life Gel inside it.
What does it give you?
Have you got a cut? Oh, bit of Life Gel. You're hungry? Ah, bit of Life Gel. Hey, you need to brush your teeth? Life Gel.
It's a Life Gel.
Yeah.
It does everything.
Are you late for work? Life Gel.
How does Life Gel help you out?
I don't know the secrets of Life Gel. It's like the secrets of a KFC like chicken.
Yeah, but the secret of KFC.
Like Life Gel.
Secret of KFC chicken isn't a secret really, though, is it?
Are you late on your mortgage? Life Gel.
I need money.
Life Gel. Yeah.
So people will start trading in Life Gel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Life Gel becomes a currency. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything's about Life Gel.
Yeah.
People turn to crime for Life Gel.
Yeah.
And to get out of the crime, they go,
Life Gel.
I've got Life Gel,
Yeah.
so I didn't do the crime.
This fixes all your problems in life.
Never gonna happen, mate.
Yeah. Oh, I think it can happen.
It's like me, and I think the teleport can happen, mate.
Oh, by the way, Life Gel TM. It's been trademarked and copyrighted. Nobody take it. Patent pending. Awaiting disapproval.
It's like, yeah, but like my teleport idea. You know? Once the teleport gets made, you'll be the richest person overnight, mate.
I don't think you was the first person to come up with a teleport.
I wasn't the first person to come up with a teleport, but
You copyrighted it.
no. I just get fixated on the idea that the teleport would make you the richest person in the world overnight.
Oh yeah.
Which it would, fact.
It would.
But yeah, so. You ready for the next sort of 10 days then, Dan?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? What's 10 days between you and the jungle, man? Yeah. You know, no.
If we can just get good sleep, then I can survive the day. That's it. That's all I need.
Yeah, man.
Good sleep. Good sleep. Let's be honest, because obviously we are near the equator. You know, obviously in England, like in the summer, you can get like maybe, sometimes get like 8 hours of darkness and the rest is light. Near the equator it's pretty steady all year round, where you're going to be getting like almost 12 and 12, like, you know, it's not exactly 12 and 12, so like 13 and 11, but like almost around that amount of like day and night, so the darkness is just always there. Yeah. That's not bananas, is it, or is that just leaves?
Just leaves.
You sure?
Yep.
Imagine if it was bananas, we finally find out on the last day. That glow sticks, but I wouldn't know how to get it. You have to throw sticks with it anyway. No, I don't think. Yeah, it looks like just leaves, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like leaves. Yeah.
So the plan for today then, Dan?
The plan for today,
Get food?
at some point we want to smash, like improve our shelter even more. So although it didn't rain last night, if it does rain, I want a night like last night again.
Yeah.
Because the rain is absolutely miserable. Yeah, you know, why not? Yeah, what I find as well in these adventures, when it's been raining the most, it's hard to film footage inside our shelter because it's that miserable.
Yeah.
And your camera gear's going to get wet. It's so hard to film. It's like I find in adventures, the toughest point to experience aren't on camera. Because like you just don't have the energy. When you're filming it yourself, your main thought is not filming. Your main thought is just literally surviving that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope we improve the show a bit more.
Get some water in us.
Get some water in us, and yeah, we could try go fishing. We'll see how we feel. We definitely get some water in us, I think.
Yeah.
I could have it for today, I think.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sweet, good hustle. So I've got a few concerns about James. I feel like he hasn't been learning enough. Of course, the situation for the backstory is that I planned probably 95% of this trip. Told us where to go. Told him how to learn about survival, about 95% of it. He came in quite late into it. I organised it all mostly, pretty much, other than maybe the flights he helped with. I did pretty much 95% of it or so. And he seems like he might be getting too comfortable in himself, because what can be done. For example, with fishing, the things you can probably fish, you know, my idea would be to use a mosquito net and make a, I think it's called Cien or Sen fishing. I think like he's getting too comfortable with himself. What I would do with fishing would be to get a kind of, he seems to be getting way too comfortable with himself. What I'll do with fishing is make some kind of a fishing Sen, I think it's SENNE or CN type situation with the mosquito net. But yeah, he's getting a bit too kind of complacent with where he is. We can do a lot more. But yeah, hopefully he learns the skills soon, essentially. Because at the moment, a lot of the kind of tactics, a lot of the skills, and a lot of the ideas are coming from my way, just in terms of like what we should do and how to do it, just because I've just had more time researching this kind of stuff. I never know. You do kind of notice as well. Obviously, when you're in, when you're in shoes in a normal place, you walk with using your heel first, and then you put your toes down. But obviously, that's only because in modern days, the heel, having shoes, having a nice heel means that you can kind of like put a lot of force into your heel and it doesn't do damage. Nowadays, out here, because okay, so what you do kind of notice essentially out here is different in the way you walk compared to how you would walk like at home. Because obviously at home you've got shoes and you can walk with your heel. Because you go heel first normally, and you can pound your heel into the ground and you won't feel any negative effects just because the shoe heel is taking most of the brunt of the force. Obviously back in the times of the cavemen before shoes were invented, they would actually walk on their kind of tiptoes essentially. This is just because that will absorb more, it helps like spread the absorption of the impact of hitting the floor all the time. And that's kind of what we've gone back to now here. As well to that, going like toe first or kind of more going a bit more flat-footed means you are able to essentially feel the ground for good spots to walk on, rather than going heel first and slam your heel down, because that could cause a lot of damage. So that's good. What I'm going to do right now is going to look for some larvae. Best way to find larvae. Okay, so for now it's a temporary fix. I'm going to put some duct tape on my feet. In history, duct tape does not stay on the feet well. Just once it gets wet, it will just slide off. But I don't have a lot more choice. Just do it enough layers and tightly enough. Hopefully, it does stay. Don't want to do it too tight to cut off any kind of circulation, but I need to do it tight enough that it stays, so that it stays, because I don't want to be dealing with this all the time. Duct tape is the vine of the modern world. There we go. Should be that dealt with for now. Sweet. Okay, so I've got a cut on my foot. If you want to see that, it's kind of like a dig that kind of looks quite nasty. That kind of happened days and days ago, maybe 5 days ago even. It's been getting worse and worse. It's hard to walk on. I'm walking on my tiptoes instead. I tried washing off some of the dirt. But like it still looks nasty, so I'm gonna have to try and clean it out and see what I can find out of it. Okay, let's give it a bit of a antiseptic wipe so I can see what the issue is, because it's too dirty at the moment to have to get like a good look at it. Just try to get inside it a bit. And you're starting to see a bit of flesh underneath, but still very dirty. There we go. Starting to see some flesh. Take the wipe away. Huh? That stung. Oh, touched the kind of pricked the very fleshy part of it. Get a better look at it. Yeah. So better from here. The problem with obviously being in the main parts of this, the floor's so wet and it's so dirty, it's going to be full of bacteria. Just have to go for it sometimes, my body's eating all the bug bites. Still quite a bit of dirt there. What's in the water? No, it's gonna be dirty water, but I need to kind of flush out some of the particles in here. What do you think about that? It's reasonably deep for like a foot.
Yeah.
I just want to it's hard to get all the dirt out. It's very difficult in this situation. Clean as I want to get now. I want to just clean around the outside.
What are you going to put on it though? There's not anything.
Duct tape. There's not much we can really do, but just keep it. It's the only choice is duct tape. That's literally the only choice because it's not going to. The duct tape won't even last. The duct tape won't even last at all.
Yeah.
But I don't really have much choice. The only kind of because it's still going to get wet, it's still going to get dirty, a bit less dirty, but. Essentially, it's going to cut the pain I feel from it when I step on things. It's not the worst cut I have on my body, is it? So it doesn't really cause me too much concern.
It'd be the more painful cut on the body though.
Yeah, when I'm walking, yeah. It doesn't even, you can see that, it doesn't even get that clean. My feet are so dirty, it's still got dirt in all the grooves. It's in the jungle. In the jungle out here, it's very easy to get infections because it is that damp and humid, and it's absolutely dirty as well. Save. I was going to use another pad, but we really need to be saving it for my hand. Really, this doesn't cause me as much concern as my hand, or at least not yet. Have you got any duct tape?
I don't know. You have it all.
Yeah, can you look at my bag, please? Okay, so for now it's a temporary fix. I'm going to put some duct tape on my feet. In history, duct tape does not stay on the feet well. Once it gets wet, it'll just slide off, but I don't have a lot more choice. enough layers and tightly enough. Hopefully it does stay. Don't want to do it too tight to cut off any kind of circulation, but I need to do it tight enough that it stays, so that it stays, because I don't want to be dealing with this all the time. Duct tape is the vine of the modern world. There we go. Should be that dealt with for now. Sweet. Is it still recording?
Is
it still recording?
Is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can you have a look? Can't, but right there, a dying worm. Let's put it out of its misery. So breakfast better than nothing. Oh. I saw another part of a worm. Oh, there's another one there. Yeah. Little worm to eat. There you go. Any more? I'll have a quick look in a sec.
Yep.
There you go, fresh scrub.
It's quite small, isn't it?
Let's have it.
Yeah.
Okay, just face it. Are they?
Yeah.
Could be a few calories. Going straight in. Got a bit of a bite on it, to be honest. But we'll see. There we go. Doesn't taste amazing.
No.
Taste
Better than the worm yesterday.
tastes a bit putrid, but okay. Let's get going. There we go. Found a little worm. Found two worms. And so yeah. That's the third one as well.
Nice.
If I can just get to it. No, pick up that. If you can pick up that camera, just like film me. It's on record already. third one might have got away. We've got 2. Come out to this side if you can. And a beetle. But if it's dead, I wouldn't want to eat it. Don't know if it makes it. You don't know how long it's been dead for.
No.
If one's dropped off, I'll find it in a second.
What have you lost? I'll quickly eat that one.
There we go. Everyone's dropped off there. There we go.
Let's see.
Keep an eye on those for me, so let's just scout through this a bit more. Got that find. But have a bit of water, yeah?
Yep.
Getting them a bit clean. It's hard to bite itself down. I want to get the whole worm. Don't want to pull off. So. I think I severed it. Oh well. Got lost it. There you go. Let's go.
Nice. Do you want the cup?
That's lightly wash some of me. We need to. We'll use a fair bit of water to wash it, yeah? You don't mind?
Yep.
I kind of dropped one. Oh well. There you go. I'll go first, then you go second, yeah?
Yep.
Deal. In focus? Yeah. Is it in focus? In focus? Yeah.
Yeah, you can hardly see it though.
Is it in focus?
Yep.
Easy to swallow sometimes. Easy to swallow sometimes. There you go. Decent brunch, first meal of the day. It's probably from more for like a lunch rice, but
Yep.
pretty decent, yeah?
It's alright.
Can't complain.
Bit slimy.
Can't complain, can we?
No different to candy ones.
Okay, so I've just found this little bug here. I'm gonna eat it. It's not gonna give me much sustenance, but whilst I was sitting down, managed to find it and get it from the gun. It's quite a nippy creature, so I'm gonna have to bite it very quickly. Done.
Tastes good.
It tastes as good as it can be.
Good man.
Nice. 1 calorie up. Because obviously at home you've got shoes and you can walk with your heel. Because you've got heel first normally, and you can pound your heel into the ground and you won't feel any negative effects just because the shoe heel is taking most of the brunt of the force. Obviously back in the times of the cavemen before shoes were invented, they would actually walk on their kind of tiptoes essentially. This is just because that will absorb more, it helps like spread the absorption of the impact of hitting the floor all the time. And that's kind of what we've gone back to now here. As well to that, going like toe first or kind of more going a bit more flat footed means you are able to essentially feel the ground for good spots to walk on, rather than going heel first and slamming your heel down, because that could cause a lot of damage. Yeah, that's good. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to look for some larvae. Best way to find larvae, this is how I walk anyway. More of a kind of softly putting your feet down. Quite reasonably flat, but you kind of go with your toe first. You kind of like scout the area for the rest of your foot, like that. As you can see, I've got the duct tape on my foot there, just to protect that cut because it feels painful and it could easily get infected. Yeah, so I'm going to look for some. Now I'm going to look for some larvae. Essentially, larvae it should be found. Larvae. I'm going to look for some larvae. So right now I'm going to look for some larvae. Larvae can be found in dead wood or like rotting wood. I've been trying to look for it before. I couldn't find anything, but I'm going to give it another go. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so just a bit earlier today, not so long ago, we found ourselves a worm and found a beetle as well. Something worth eating. Are you interested in a beetle at all?
Yeah.
It's only one person bite, to be honest.
Yeah. Chuck the beetle either.
Want to do it? Do you want a worm or a beetle?
I don't mind.
Which one do you want?
I'll take the beetle.
Cool. James.
What?
Oh, the camera's here. How does it taste?
Country.
Nice, nice. It's the worms for me. There we go. Bon appetit.
How does that taste?
Very gritty. Very gritty. But probably better than beetle. Hey, so
It's all about the beetle juice though, mate. All about the beetle juice.
let's move on and get some water. It's got to swallow it sometimes. I think that's probably the best move. Okay, let's get going.
Take this off now.
Yeah. It's an afternoon.
About 5 o'clock.
And we've come back into our shelter because it's raining outside. We're going to kind of try to stay dry.
Yep.
It looks like the leaves we put on last night have really made a good effect. Keeping us dry, the big leaves keeping us really, well, there's some water coming in, but it's not too bad. It wasn't a heavy shower either. We've managed to get through it.
Mainly on my feet, the water's coming through, so we know that if this rain stops, that we can make a few more amendments before the night comes in.
As you can see, I don't know, you might be able to see, but some water coming in there. But yeah, it's very good. But like, you know, it's quite a nice break to have a bit of rain. And normally the rain happens at night mostly, but personally, I'd like the sky to expel some of its liquid during the day, which will keep the nights just a bit less extreme. What do you think?
Yeah, either that or the rain out here, because we're getting further into monsoon season, is becoming now more and more unpredictable.
Exactly, and it's becoming more and more often.
Yeah, so the longer we go with this, you know, the more we should expect rain, and the more we most probably will spend in the shelter. So.
Sweet, yeah. It's a nice cool place to lie down. I'd rather be in here than out in the rain.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you don't get bitten when it's raining, so.
Exactly, mosquitoes don't bite you when it's raining. But I would say being when it rains during the day, my spirits go a bit higher. Possibly due to kind of like the exhaustion of the heat and the sun during the day does tire you out. When it starts raining during the day, it kind of cools down the temperature a bit, which kind of allows, I don't know, it just feels nicer on the body.
It sort of kicks you in a upper gear as well, because, you know, we have quite a lot of stuff outside, so you know, we had quite a lot to do before when it started to rain to get everything inside. So, you know, it sort of gives you a little bit of a kick up the arse to actually do something. You know, I was down at the stream at the time, so I had to quickly grab some water and come back and pack everything away. You know, some of it being electrical to get out of the rain and then into the shelter.
Yeah.
So I think that's why, and it sort of gets your blood pumping. You know.
Yeah, and it does kind of break up your day a bit because we've been outside for a long time. Very little energy to do anything. But yeah, this kind of brings us inside to a nice, at the moment, kind of cozy.
Yeah.
A very cozy place. Stay there, James. Stay there. Don't move. Don't move. It's a bite. There was just a biting ant about to go, you know, around James's neck, and I pretty much saved his life.
Cheers, man.
What do you think?
Cheers, man.
Is cheers, man, what you say to people who save your life?
Thank you.
Is thank you what you say to people who save your life?
Pretty much.
Okay. Then I guess
thank you.
I won't save too many people's lives anymore.
Man, what do you want? Blue Peter badge?
Blue Peter badge will be fine.
Okay, man, I'll just have to go home and make one.
And get one, yeah. So I'm just gonna turn off the camera now. Gonna see it all out. Peace. Yes, pretty miserable outside. Are you finding it right now, James? Finding it quite tough?
Very tough. I think if there was a way out now, I would most probably take it. I'm very cold, very wet, very hungry, and very tired. All of them, the mixture, I think are pushing me right to my limits.
Well, so if there's a way to kind of quit at this moment, if there's like a viable opportunity to get out of here to safety, what would you do?
I would, yeah, most probably take that. Yeah. Yeah.
How hard do you find it? What's going on so bad tonight?
It's just the temperature. Even before it started to rain, I was cold and almost shivering already, and the rain's just added to that, and the longevity of the rain, you know, and the space inside this compartment to stay dry, because, you know, there's not a lot of space anymore in here that is dry, you know. It's really starting to just wear me down, to be fair, like, but, you know, there's no way out until the morning, and, you know, that'll be a different conversation, I think.
To us, yeah, obviously it is during monsoon season, so the rain is always going to be the heaviest. It doesn't, obviously when you're naked as well, that means you don't have that kind of first layer of shelter in terms of like keeping your body heat in and keeping you warm, but you know, it's something which I've gotten used to. It's wet, I'm wet, it's cold, I'm cold, but yeah, it's just something which just grown to handle. I know it's going to be wet and cold, but I know that it's not going to last forever at the end of the day. It's just something to put up with, to be honest, and that's part of the challenge. So putting up with things and having that resilience to keep on going. What do you think?
Yeah, man, definitely. And, you know, it's only I'm only saying that in sort of the heat of the moment. Most probably when we get to the morning, it'll be a completely different. I'll have a completely different frame of mind. But, you know, we knew what we were getting ourselves in for. I don't think quite, you know, you don't see rain like this in the UK, so...
Did you know it was monsoon season?
Yeah, I did. But judging on the first week, you know, of rain, that was quite controllable, but it seems to be that, you know, the last few nights, excluding last night, is just, you know, all of a sudden ramped it up another gear.
And that's our shelter in night vision. You can't see, it's obviously the wet all over the floor, the dampness and the moisture, but you know, we'll have to just put up with it. Your sound on?
What, my level lit? Yeah. No. It's in my bag. Do I need it? Will the camcorder not pick it up?
It is your sound.
Oh no. Got buried as well. So it's now November the 7th, Monday. Just finished last night. It was most probably the hardest night's sleep we've had since we've been here. It rained non-stop from start to finish, which is after 2 days of sort of hiking. It's left us pretty exhausted. Hardly any sleep. Energy is already low, and we haven't even made it outside the shelter yet. We're gonna have to spend most probably the first part of today sleeping while the sun's out, just to recover, which means we're losing out on daylight hours of actually doing stuff, trying to find food. But that's what it's come to. Yeah, at the moment, we don't know how many more days we can put up with the rain, because it's becoming the hardest part here now. Because one, it's predictable when it's going to come, but it's unpredictable how hard and how long, and even all the amendments we made on the shelter didn't stand us for what came last night, because it came hard and fast last night and seeped all the way through what we thought was a good shelter that we made yesterday. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board by the looks of it. So it must be it's quite late in the evening now. Must be around about 10 o'clock we reckon. Rain seems to have stopped. The second lot rain. That could be the only rain for this evening. Touch wood. What's happened though, because it's leaked into sort of foot of the shelter, it's left me feeling really cold. So I'm actually froze to the bone, I think. So any more rain, I think it'll get even colder. So yeah, just got to try and put up with that tonight, and then hopefully make more amendments to the shelter. Don't know ways of keeping myself warm, but yeah. What about you, Dan? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel fine, some used to it, so it doesn't really affect me too much.